Hello and welcome to episode 313 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice. It's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. In today's episode, we're talking about when you're in a conversation with a potential buyer and there's a problem. Your offering doesn't do something, it's too expensive, they're not sure about this, they're not sure about that. There's a question, there's uncertainty. How do we move forward? You can simply ask the buyer themselves how they will resolve the situation. How do you suggest we solve this, or how would you like to solve this? So how do you think we can overcome this? A question of that order. We need to change the wording, of course. We didn't sound like a robot in a selling conversation. But let's say you're talking to me and I've told you my price. You go, wow, James, that is really expensive. We weren't expecting you to charge that much money at all. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. Unfortunately, that is the price that we charge, and we don't offer discounts or anything like that. So it's very much a take it or leave it price. How do you think we can overcome this? If we really are that much more expensive, but you do need our products and services, how do you think we could overcome this? And from there, they might say, well, if you could split the payments, if you could throw in this for free or do this or do that or whatever, they're going to suggest, or they're very likely to suggest, a solution to the problem that fits them. And the analogy is, if on the wall behind me, and it is a real, I don't know if you can see me move those, it is a real wall, this isn't a fake background. If somewhere on this real wall behind me, there is a target where if I hit it, you're going to buy from me. There is like a bullseye target here somewhere. I can either fire a million bullets at this wall and try and hit it and understand where it is, or I could just ask you where the bullseye is, and you say it's here, and I say, oh great, I can hit that, there we go. So the next time there's a problem and your buyer's not sure, flip it back on them. Do so respectfully. So the tone of voice I use there is respectfully curious. So a bit of deference, being deferential to the client there. So how do you think we can overcome this? So I appreciate what you're saying about that. How do you think we could overcome this? Or how would you like to solve this situation? How would you like to overcome it? Ask them what they want. They'll tell you where the marker is, the target. You can then know if you can hit it or not. But trust me, it's worked really well in the past at moving a conversation forward, particularly in a sticky situation where I'm thinking, I don't really know what to suggest to move forward. Ask the buyer. If they tell you, you know that if you can hit that target, what they want from you, you're very likely to do the business. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow in episode 314, there's something that you're supposed to do, not do with the camera. Press the down arrow. I do that all the time. Sorry. It's something you're not supposed to do with proposals. We will cover that in tomorrow's episode. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please comment, like, subscribe, share, whatever. Interact with this podcast in some way, whether you're watching us on YouTube, listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you are. If you could leave a review, like, comment, share, heart, whatever the functionality happens to be, any kind of interaction in any kind of way, it would be greatly appreciated because it allows us to reach more people with our free, practical sales advice. That's it for this episode. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I'll catch you tomorrow.